had so much fun doing this last week that I thought I would do it again, and my co-host just left, and there's a spot. So welcome to ARC Extravaganza 2, second edition. These are people that are first-time authors. Some of them have 1 or 2 books out. Some of them are completely brand new authors. I've never heard of any of these authors. Some of them the books are coming out soon or in a couple of months. But give them a check out. I said previously this was inspired by MJ. It's Fiction Friends and Fun or something like that. She supports brand new YouTubers. So I thought I would forward it to supporting ARC, brand new people's writing books. And this is the D. Louise book series. I'm Christina Karras, TNA. This is where I read books, talk about books, no special effects, no theme music. And I have, I'm a small channel technically, so I'm just trying to support this. And I thought this was a good idea. These interest me. It's interesting to see everybody's reaction. If anybody has a blurb or a book cover, well, you need a book cover and a blurb to get on this thing. So you need those 2 items. So our first book has a full page colored thing. So I wasn't going to use all that ink. It's printed on historical type paper. But I should have printed the name of the book. It's like Stolen Moments, I believe. We'll check it. Well, you'll see it when the book comes up here. Alright, so Father Dane is probing a church tainted by scandal. Hence, the boxer-turned-priest finds himself exiled to a small-town parish. When an unexpected mishap brings him rushing into Milady's world, their lives are forever changed. Their attraction is instant, the heartache inevitable. Trapped in an unhappy marriage, Madeline can't ignore her feelings for Dane. He's charming, compassionate, and unwavering in his faith, but as a Catholic priest, he's bound by the vow of celibacy. Together they help those oppressed by social injustice and navigate a family tragedy. While Dane gathers evidence for the church, every secret touch and stolen glance from the flames of desire between them. Madeline's pure heart and rare beauty push Dane to the edge of surrender as they indulge in a love as risky as inevitable. Morals are tested, beliefs are shaken, and danger lurks as jealous souls plot to tear them apart. Okay. You could head down was it Karen Kingsbury and Miss Piccolot and Hannah, I forget what the lady's name is. It's Hannah something. It sounds like those type. Alright, book 2, Rebel Spirits. Irish immigrant Ella McGuire is fighting to keep her family's roadside inn, the Harp and Hound, from ruin. With the railway diverting travelers and her father lost to grief, desperation drives her to a dangerous distilling illegal poteen from her grandmother's remedy book, a venture that could save them or destroy them. When injured Englishman Jack Bell arrives searching for his missing niece, Ellen offers them shelter. Attraction flares, but her family's future can't be put at risk, not even for love. Aww. As Ethan, illicit trade, draws the attention of the sly grog operators, ruffians, and colonial authorities, pressure mounts on every side. Then Jack's niece appears with secrets of her own and a threat that could ruin everything. Okay, so what do you think? I just found this one. Code to Murder, Mr. McTaggart, and Taggart was a cop on, I think it was General Hospital. It was one of the shows. Code to Murder. In the shadow of the Wallace Monument, the murder of a local software executive brings mind of an old-school Scottish detective into a world he barely understands. Cybercrime, artificial intelligence, and killers who stay hidden behind screens. But who will win out? When a body is found in a hotel room in the historic city of Sterling, DCI Ben Fitzpatrick and his protege DS Julie Taylor are called to investigate, but what initially looks like an accident turns out to be something more sinister, as in murder. God, my lighting is bad. Ben Fitzpatrick has spent his career solving crimes the old way. Instinct, experience, relentless determination, but this case is different. Sue Grafton, let's do some gumshoeing. As Ben and his team follow the elusive tale of the killer, they are led into the underbelly of the technological world, a place where Ben's old-school detective skills leave him feeling remarkably out of depth and the shadow of a former case and serious concerns about his health hanging over him. But Ben fears this might be one case he just can't crack. Okay. Bound by lies. Roman Devereaux is power, control, and a past buried beneath ash and silence. The kind of man who doesn't trust easily, yet can't ignore the pull toward the woman who slipped too easily into his world. What begins as a calculated mission quickly unravels into something far more dangerous. As Mira moves deeper into Roman's life, the lines between truth and deception begin to blur, and the path she was built on starts to fracture. The man she was sent to destroy becomes the one she cannot walk away from. I don't even know how to CERBERUS. Initiative. My lighting is so bad. It's so bad. Jax Thomas thought returning to the family's land outside Taylor, Mississippi would bring him peace. Instead, it brought something out of the woods. After a series of violent encounters, Jax and his friends uncover a terrifying truth tied to the history of Thornhill Homestead. Something ancient, intelligent, and deadly has been watching them. My lighting is so bad. As the attacks grow more aggressive, the group is forced to barricade themselves inside the cabin, cut off from help, surrounded by darkness. All right, you know that commercial where you can either jump in the car or you can go hide in the garage behind the sharp equipment? Sorry. It just came to mind. Don't hate me for it. By order of the king. 24-year-old Aurora Blackwater lives a rather ordinary life. She spends her days helping her aunt run their village's only apothecary. But there's more to her than what meets the eye. She's a rare human who wields more than just one of the 7 abilities, which makes her someone, according to the law, who is to be collected for the king's army. When her secret is discovered, she meets a fate some would consider honor, but the abduction she endures is to her and many others one worse than death. As she struggles to cope with her newfound capture, she meets those of similar destinies along the way. Little does she know how much these people may influence her story. In training for the king's army, she discovers who she can trust and who only abides by the orders of the king. When the heir to the throne, the one and only Prince of Arilla, enters her proximity, tensions rise, as do the stakes. Okay. Blueberry Muffin Murders. I think Miss Meir or Miss Fluke or Miss Crawford probably has one of these. I know I did. No, I did pumpkins. No, apples. I did apples, and I forget if it was strawberries. I know I did another berry. Oh, peaches. That was it. I did peaches. After 17 years as a no-nonsense high school chemistry teacher, she trades Bunsen burners for butter and opens a bakery in the postcard-perfect town of Maple Falls. Her new life is measured precisely, baked perfectly, and everything under control. But in Maple Falls, nothing stays controlled for long. When a powerful developer collapses after taking a bite of Clara's signature blueberry muffin at the town's annual festival, the entire community turns on her overnight. Rumors spread fast. The sheriff is watching her every move, and the evidence is stacking up. Claire knows only one thing for certain: she didn't kill him. With her reputation crumbling and her bakery online, she does what she does. She turns to science. Armed with sharp logic, a keen eye for detail, and a refusal to accept bad data, Clara begins to investigate. But in a town full of secrets, grudges, and simmering rivalries, every answer leads to more dangerous questions. Okay. Timelines. When 4 astronauts are assigned to observe an experiment near the moon, they uncover a truth that shatters the fabric of reality itself. The experiment didn't bend time, it shattered it, leaving humanly echoing with memories with timelines that never happened. Some remember other lives, others remember the end of the world. One astronaut must stay behind. The others are thrown into a distant past, crash landing in NASA, where their presence gives rise to the mystery of the NASA lines, giant glyphs that will one day mark the grave of humanity's forgotten future. As reality unravels, government scrambles to contain the phenomenon known as NTR, neutral temporal renaissance, while cults, rogue agents, and children born with memories of alternative lives rise from the chaos. In the end, only one timeline can hold. Okay. The body in the bathhouse. Mercy Galanis needs a new beginning, inheriting a crumbling historic bathhouse in remote Tasmanian ghost town of Bitterport. Seems like the universe delivering until she gets there. Weather is brutal, the town is barely breathing, the bathhouse is in ruins, and Mercy can't shake the feeling that something or someone is watching her every move. Then her dog unearths a mummified body, and Bitterport's silence takes on a darker meaning. Determined to uncover the dead man's identity and her own unsettling connection to him, Mercy reluctantly teams up with Zach Alexander, the infuriating, capable single dad plumber, with renovation plans of his own and zero interest in complications. She might be a complication. The third suspect. Detective Joseph Banna thought he was investigating a series of cash-in-transit robberies in Lusca until every lead began pointing to a powerful defense lawyer with no criminal record, but a phantom presence in every layer of the case. As the investigation deepens, the case stops behaving like ordinary crime and begins revealing a hidden system that influences law, controls outcomes, and shapes what justice is allowed to see. The closer Banda gets, the less certain he becomes about who is being investigated and who is being positioned in a city where every move is calculated. The question is not who committed the crime, but who owns the truth. Okay. This An Inheritance of Lies. If I'd known about this book, I would have included it in my inheritance thing. That'll be down the road. In the wake of World War I, New York heiress Alexandra Benson finds her life irrevocably changed after the tragic and mysterious death of her parents. Now, in a cruel twist of fate, her father's testament delivers the agonizing blow, granting her uncle control over her inheritance unless she marries. Oh, hurry up. To safeguard the future, Alexander hatches a plan with the aid of a dashing stranger to fake an engagement and claim what's rightfully hers. Caught amid wartime tensions and her uncle's devious plots, Alexander and her fiancé are forced to embark on the fateful voyage to England aboard the Lusitania. Know where that's going. Beggar's Belief, Deadly Disguise, and Web of Lies. A gunman disguised as a beggar waits for financial wizard Timothy Marshall to leave his office, then kills him in cold blood. At his side is his personal assistant, Vicky Appleby. Smart, determined, and just 28. She is devastated by the murder, but resolves to help the DCI Harvey Livermore track down the killer. Suspects include disgruntled clients, a furious husband, an ex-partner, and an egotistical actor. So who did it? Guardians of Legend. It's a realm corrupted by dark essence. Malachar, fallen prince, rises with an army of twisted darkmen and soulless, shattering kingdoms, awakening an ancient prophecy. Two brothers, not by blood, are thrust into the storm. RYU wields unbound power that surges in raw, dangerous birth. JUBAL carry secrets in a burned letter that could reunite everything. Together they flee fire and shadow, bonding with Majestics and racing toward the legendary Guardian Academy for training and safety. Okay. D DEUS, Deceptor. What if the most dangerous deception in human history wasn't a conspiracy theory? It was a plan 2,000 years in the making. When Seattle abortion Dr. Carl Resnick is recruited by Chinese biotech billionaire Dr. Kai Chan, he believes he is part of a groundbreaking scientific experiment. Using the advanced gene sequencing technology and DNA extracted from the Shroud of Turin, they succeed in doing what no one has done before. They clone what cloth contains. What is born is not what they expected. It is the face of Renaissance Christ, the charm of God, and the black coven hooves of something that was never meant to walk on this earth. Okay. I don't get it at all. I don't get it. And the final book, Rise of the Spirit Hunter, Book 1. 1,000 years after monsters invaded Earth, humanity survives through hunters. Warriors awaken with spirit to fight the creatures emerging from dimensional gates. Kai Ren has none. After failing the Hunter Awakening exam 3 times, Kai is trapped as powerless support worker in a world ruled by strength. But when a deadly gate incident pushes him to the brink of death, he awakens a forbidden power unlike any other, the ability to absorb the spirit essence of fallen monsters and grow stronger with every battle. With each hunt, Kai rises faster than anyone thought possible. But as an ancient great gates begin to reopen and powerful hunters vanish, Kai realizes his awakening may be tied to a greater threat, one that could destroy humanity itself. To survive, Kai must uncover the truth behind his power and become stronger than anyone before him. Well, that was the top 14 or 15 ARCs that I found this week. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to check out If Then Fridays, Star Trek Voyager Recaps Fridays, or Star Trek Generation Recaps Fridays, JD Rob Saturdays, Unboxing Sunday, which will be next week. Unless I find another ARC, I'm going to push the unboxing another week. And Flashback Mondays and my daily book reviews. And every night at 7:45 on the Daily Louise Book Series channel, we're talking Diana Gabaldon's Outlander. We're going through them all. Have a good one.